Good morning. Welcome to the IELTS speaking test. My name is Khánh. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My full name is LệCH. That's done with a T.
And can you tell me where you are from?
I'm from Đắk Lắk province, which is to the southern part of Vietnam.
Thank you. So now in this first part, I would like to ask you some questions about yourselves. So to begin with, let's talk about breakfast. What do you usually eat for breakfast?
For breakfast, I prefer the more traditional foods of Vietnam, like the soups, like bún and phở. More specifically, bún bò Huế, that's my favorite. I tend to avoid the drier foods because they are hard for me to digest in the morning.
Do you think breakfast is important?
Yes, I think breakfast is the most important of the three meals because most people, they start their day in the morning. So breakfast is essentially the fuel for the entire day, whether it's work or school.
Are there any differences between mornings of your childhood and now?
I think back in my childhood, even though I had more time in the morning, I woke up a lot earlier because then I didn't have much work to get done. However, now, since I am caught up with work most evenings, I wake up a lot later in the morning, despite not having as much time.
Would you like to change your morning routine?
Yes, I would like to wake up earlier if possible. It's not really possible for me right now because, because of all the work that I mentioned earlier. But if possible, I would like to wake up earlier and have more time to get things done, like having breakfast more consistently because I tend to skip breakfast sometimes.
All right. Now, in the second part, I would like to ask you a certain topic. You will have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about it. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to talk. You have pen and paper to take some note if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
So now you have got 1 to 2 minutes to talk about a place where you thought things were too expensive. Don't worry if I stopped you in the middle. Please start talking.
A place that I think is too expensive is a place I was at last week. I was at the old quarter to take some photos for a university project, and everything there were very expensive, at least by normal standards. For meals, they can be sometimes 2 to 3 times the price of what they usually are. And I think this is understandable because this is more of a tourist area than an area where people live in. However, sometimes the prices can fluctuate because some of the sellers, they can adjust the prices to take advantage of tourists who don't know any better. I think the prices here are only for tourists who comes from country with bigger currencies than ours, Vietnam đồng. Yeah. Personally, I think the price to quality is also not very nice. And if possible, I would still visit it again, but I would keep my spendings in check like last time.
Thank you. So now I would like to ask you some questions related to this topic. To begin with, let's talk about jewelry. What role does jewelry play in your culture or society?
In the Vietnamese culture and society, I personally think jewelry doesn't play as big as a role as Western society. However, there is still a role in present. Um, Jewelry represents the positions of power, the higher positions, and your societal class. Having jewelry, since jewelry doesn't have any other use. Having jewelry essentially means you have the money for it, but you make enough to afford jewelry and other decorations for your body.
So, how have preferences for jewelry changed over the years in your country?
I think preferences for jewelry over the years has changed quite a lot. Because back in the day, people seem to prefer more flashy jewelry like gold, but now it seems that diamond and silver, the more gold tones, are becoming more and more dominant in the market. Okay, because I think people now they prefer more subtle jewelry that can blend in with their outfit rather than something that just sticks out like a sore thumb.
Do you think people should spend a lot of money on jewelry?
I don't think people should spend a lot of money on jewelry. Like, no matter what the societal class is, like, no matter how much money they have, I don't think jewelry should be something that they spend a lot of money on. Um, sure, jewelry can help you appear more powerful, but I think in most cases, spending that much is just not worth it.
What is the significance of giving and receiving jewelry as a gift in your culture?
So, in my culture, giving and receiving jewelry as a gift can be quite meaningful because jewelry are known to be expensive, so they are often only given on really special occasions. Though, even if they're rarely given, the act of giving them already expresses mutual love and respect for each other, given how expensive they are.
How does the choice of jewelry reflect someone's personality or status?
The choice of jewelry, I think, reflects their status mostly by appearance. Yeah, like I said earlier, if you're more of a flashy person, you'll go with gold. But however, if you're a person who prefers more subtle jewelry, you'll go with silver or diamond. And since prices of jewelry also vary, uh, they can also represent your class and the amount of money you have or make.
That is the end of your IELTS speaking test.
Thank you.
Thank you.